Good afternoon from the Florida Keys. It's a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous afternoon. Barely a cloud in the sky, sun is shining. It's going to be a good day. So today I felt like would be a good day to do the van tour. After a couple of videos now, a couple of people asked me questions about what do I cook on? How do I shower? I think slightly cooler day, sun's out, blue skies. Today is the day that we have to do our van tour. This is the big old marshmallow. That's not its name. I just call it that because, let's face it, it looks like a gigantic marshmallow. But I do love this thing. So, 2017 Ford Transit, high roof, extended in length. And for me, that is absolutely perfect. When I was buying a van, I wanted to get the highest roof that I could find, because one thing I didn't want to do, I didn't want to have to be constantly pumping my head. I didn't want to have to kind of be squatting down as I was walking around. I want to be able to walk around the cabin freely. The extended length is another thing that I wanted, mostly because I wanted every single square foot that I could get, while also still having a converted work van versus an RV, a traditional camper, because they're easier, you know, if you're driving in around the cities, that you can go down a dirt road. And it just seemed to fit the exact lifestyle that I wanted to have while I was traveling around the country. That was the perfect van for me. Some people like a little bit shorter because you can fit easier into parking spots. Some people like a little bit lower of a roof because a little less clearance to worry about. But so far, had no issues parking this in places I want to be, and no issues going through clearances. There's one incident in Connecticut, which that was the first time that I said my van's too tall. Who needs to go to Connecticut anyways? Connecticut is there's 50 states in this country. Connecticut is number 50 if you ranked them from 1 to 50. Can't go to Connecticut. Oh darn, it's only one highway anyways. We're gonna work from the back to the front. I did not build this van myself. I was looking for an empty shell van to build. However, while I was shopping around online, I came across the perfect size van that was a Ford, and it was already built up by a guy that was much better at this stuff than I would have ever been. I got a better quality work. The van was right in the budget of what I wanted to spend overall. So now this is my van. Don't let anyone online fool you that you have to build a van or buy an expensive RV. You can buy these secondhand vehicles, especially if the builders are more qualified than you are. I'm not that qualified. I could have figured it out. It would come out okay. Not like this though. On the outside, these right here, those are called tires. These little things spin, the van moves. I'm pretty much a mechanic if you can't tell. Side windows, one was added here. A slider was added to the back. Rough screen, I got to replace that at some point. Some point probably means never. The other cool thing, which I love about this van, is it has a sliding door on both sides. I get for deliveries, which these vans are primarily used for. Most vans have the one door on the passenger side. This one has one on the drivers and the passengers, which is perfect because 99% of the time it's me getting out of the door, so I don't have to walk all the way around the van. I can jump out the side, go in the side. It's more convenient than scooting through the seats. I'm a little chubby. Sometimes that's a tight fit. Jump out the front door, go to the side door, and you're in. Other times, if I'm pulling to a place where I don't want to make as much noise, slamming doors or whatever, then I just scoot through the seats. My map of the United States, which had a lot more pins in it from my last couple of trips. However, when I decided to do this whole venture, I removed the pins and we started fresh. So you can see the places I've been, the places I've slept. It's not up to date, and we're doing that before I leave the Keys. This van life gets busy sometimes. You'd be amazed at how quickly all of a sudden the days start disappearing, the hours start going away. And back here, I also do have a bug screen. It fits right around the seams of this door. It's a magnetic split. I can install it in about 5 minutes. I love this thing. I was sitting on the Boca Chica beach. Lots of bugs that were around, and not one got into my home. If you get a van, get a screen, even if it's not living with a bubble. Unless they start paying me, then make sure it's living in a bubble. Gray water tank, disconnects here, cold water, hot water. Even I can figure that part out. If you look here, I have a missing trim piece right here, and right around there, a couple blemishes. I didn't do it. The people before me didn't do it. The ones before they had it did those. They're watching this, they don't take the blame for it. When I did buy this, I did kind of like that because it just makes it blend in a little bit more, makes it a little less shiny, a little less, it doesn't stand out quite as much. It just looks used and worn. And I figure if I'm ever in a spot where I'm not supposed to be parked, I'm gonna get a citation, an officer might look at it and go, can't afford to pay the citation. Where if I had one of those $200,000 all-wheel drive Mercedes Sprinters, this is rear-wheel drive by the way, lifted and ladders and this and that, they're gonna know I can afford this citation. So we keep the dings in the dent. Maybe you'll get me out of one. Going around to the back, these are called doors, and they protect what's behind those doors. We'll open it up. This is what we call the garage. It's organized to me, not organized to you. My electric e-bike right here, extended range, but one of the less expensive ones because I knew it was gonna get beat up back here. Didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a bike I was gonna beat up. Beach chair back there, window blockers right there. golf clubs, water bottles, thanks Mo, 40-gallon water tank with a hot water heater on the side over here, my water filters, my extra hoses, everything I need to get water into the van, lawn chair, patio mat, an ugly stick fishing rod buried in there someplace. And right before I left, one of my really good friends gifted me a fly fishing kit. You're gonna want to watch that video when that happens, because that's gonna go bad. Hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss that. That's a couple months away, but we are gonna be working our way out west. We're gonna try a lot of fly fishing, and it's gonna go really bad. Good for you though, bad for me. And up top, I also have, this is a propane stove. Down behind there, I have a stool, and I have an extra table. And then behind that, I have orange leveling block. Behind those, we have a jump pack. We have a tire inflator kit and a set of traction rails, whatever we call them. I don't know the name of them, but if I get stuck in the mud or stuck in the dirt, which I did get stuck in Massachusetts, and I discovered real quick this rear-wheel drive thing does not do so well. So I bought those tracks because hopefully I can be able to get my way out. Before I bought this, I watched a lot of videos and watched for where people did things right and where people did things wrong, and how they got out of certain situations, the ones they couldn't get out of and had to get help. I wanted to stock this thing as well as I possibly could with the money I had to spend to make sure that if anything does go wrong, I have a way to get out of it. I know full well that means there's gonna be one scenario coming up I can't get out of because I didn't buy the one right thing, but we'll figure that out when it happens. Hopefully it doesn't. Then we also got our sticker collection. These are mostly stickers from previous trips. However, you may recognize Buc-ee's. Guess what? We got Buc-ee's, but no more Buc-ee stickers. Maybe. Doors closed right here. If you close this door first, no bueno. This door always goes first. One of the other cool things about Ford, they install plugs on the outside, standard equipment, so I can plug my batteries in, I can charge them. This is where you get to find out what I know about solar power. Because I didn't build this out and I didn't have to go through all the labors, how the systems fully work, I have enough ABC knowledge to keep myself going. I don't know a ton. If you have questions, please feel free to ask them down below. Let me tell you what I know first. This is how it works. That thing is called the sun. Up on top of there, I'm 5'10", so I can't show you, are 3 solar panels. Those charge up, those absorb the sunlight. It runs down a series of cables in there, and then it runs in, fills up the batteries down here. Long story short, when I was trying to buy this thing, the guy showed me that he ran all the electronics inside the van, showed me an app on his phone, which I now have, and it showed me I was going to get 2 days worth of power out of running everything in this thing. So if I ran limited power, it can last a long time. So when I complain about the percentages, I know I'm okay. It's just something I like to monitor as I go. So in back there, I do have a 2000 watt inverter. That's what runs my big electronics, the TV, the plugs, the refrigerator, which is probably the biggest draw on it, the fans, which I'll show you in a few minutes. That is the magic box that makes the important stuff run, not just the basic lights. That's pretty much all that runs on this thing if that thing's turned off. Let's recap. Sun, panels, down into the batteries, runs through the inverter, and I can play Xbox in the middle of nowhere. The magic of power. Thanks, Benjamin Franklin. So close these up. And with that view right there, we got to keep these open during the tour. I'm sorry if it kills the light or whatever, or it's noisy, or you don't like the sound of waves. If you don't like the sound of waves, you're probably watching the wrong channel anyways. Maybe go watch something of construction vehicles and screaming kids. I don't know. Watch something else. Don't watch this, because I didn't start doing this. Keep the doors closed, women spot like that. This is the van of van life. Let's show you the life of van life. That's kind of clever, wasn't it? Only in my head it is. Mi casa. Up here, I have a couple privacy curtains. Those stay shut every night that I sleep. If we close this, I have a privacy piece that matches the wall. Look at that. Went to Home Depot, bought a special. The little hook right there that will hold it right in place. I had a hard time also getting out, so I kind of dug out the corners there just to... Sometimes aesthetics are important, but I'm more worried about functionality here, people. Much more functional, easy getting out. At the end of the night, we put it right up underneath. Sides up underneath the bed, like so. Now open this door up though. Look at that. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Once I park for the night, close out the window, close out the curtains, turns into a mini home. One of the other best things that I bought while I was getting ready to go is this wonderful living in a bubble seat back storage thingamajig. GoPro accessories up here, holds my water bottle, holds my jackpot winnings from the $20 bill I dropped at the laundromat. Ready? Watch this. These are my toiletries. I can take the bag off. I go do my shower. I go brush my teeth. Put the deodorant on. All my needs are in this bag. And when I'm all done, watch. Magnets. Living in a bubble, magnets, great relationship. I'm not sponsored by Living in a Bubble, but if you guys are watching, I'm open to offers. At the time of making this video, I got a whole 57 subscribers. I don't mean to brag, but I have a big deal. 20 bucks, something. I have my quick grab storage up here, meal tray for my steering wheel, which comes in very handy with laptops, books, and meals. The most important way to travel, you cannot beat a real atlas. These things are awesome. A GPS, a navigation system, will get you from point A to point C. An atlas will find you everything that's at point B. Those little towns, those little roadside attractions, the national parks, the state park, that is where these trips and these journeys and all these different things that people do are worthwhile. Get an atlas. This is my 5 o'clock somewhere clock. Someone was hand painting them on Facebook. I was a sucker. I bought one. The only problem is that it fell off so many times while I was traveling. No matter how many different ways I try to hook it on, it's now kind of stuck at about 820. So it's 820 anywhere. Trash bags, laundry detergent, wipes, first aid kit. That's just kind of my quick grab storage, which right above it is my So the Adventure Begins. I call it my horseshoe. One of my great friends back home when I was leaving got me this as a present, and now hangs over the cab like a horseshoe. It's my good luck thing. It's supposed to be a Christmas ornament. I took the thing off, hung it up there, and that's where it's staying. I also watched the packing video. You don't know I'm an insanely forgetful person, so I have my dry erase board right here. If I was smarter, hold on. And my magnetized temperature gauge, currently 66 inside the van. When I'm trying to remember a couple things I need to do in a day, that's where I write them down, because once you get into this whole van thing, the adventure side of it takes over real quick, and you forget your basic duties as a human being that you have to keep up on. And one more note I should write down. The board wrote itself on that one. If you did not watch my packing video, I'm going to... The house is getting out of control. I'm going to reference a lot of things that were in that video, so I'm going to link it down below so you can check that out if you want to, so you know what I'm talking about. Above the cab to the kitchen. So in that video, I introduced a couple characters that have been traveling along, and it's time I explain to you why they are here. They're not just for show, they're not just for whatever. One of them kind of is. So when I was leaving Massachusetts, my nephew is one of the coolest kids in the world. I love that little man, but he was kind of sad that I was leaving. I said to him, why don't you give me one of your toys? Now I will take him, and when I'm in different pretty places, scenic places, funny places, I'll send you a picture. Watch your toy go along on the same trip that I'm going on. So now we got Chewbacca. So that's why Chewbacca is here. And also, it doesn't hurt. Chewbacca was one of the greatest co-pilots in the history of cinema, and he gets to sit in the passenger seat next to me while I get to be Tom Solo. Van Solo? Bon Solo. That would have been such a better YouTube name. Our carbon monoxide detector, my book collection, and a couple of books on here that you do need to see. These are the literary works of Douglas T. Sanderson, The Audacious Odyssey of Melzar Blackwell, Fly the Wind, which are books that came out after Legends of Hank Stone, and a philosophy book, The Original Purpose of Intelligence, a philosophy book about how the universe is all tied together, kind of like the Force. Sorry, Dad, that they had 9 movies based on that idea, more spin-offs than I can count. So I'm plugging my dad's books. If anyone out there has any suggestions on books I need to keep up top here, please let me know. To anyone that's out there, if you are a self-published, self-starting author trying to get your book listed anywhere, drop the link down below. Let people see what you're working on, because every person is trying to find a little bit of space in a creative world. Happy to provide whatever exposure I can for you. I'm going to put Chewy back. My Boston Bruins hand-painted coconut, Key West, circa 2021. Go Bees. Carved monkey coconut, and one-armed Samuel L. Jackson. We never did see Samuel L. Jackson dead in Jurassic Park. We only saw his arm. We were just left to assume he was gone. How did he show up on that plane with all those snakes if he was dead? Why do I have this? I saw a meme online that I thought was funny of people that would catch a fish, put an action figure on top of it, and it made the fish look monstrous. The problem is I'm a hippie hillbilly, so I'll go fishing, but then right after I throw the fish back, I don't keep them, and I'm not going to kill it for a photo op. Now Samuel L. Jackson just hangs out in the van. No one else living in a van, or you can see online, has one-armed Samuel L. Jackson. Then we got our spice rack, labeled all from underneath. They are magnetic. I love these things. Magnets. Speaking of magnets, I would not be a proper solo male van traveler without the black cutlery set with Rapala bottle opener. Thanks, Matt. Magnetic wood block. That was one of the cool things I bought when I was getting ready to go. Down below, we do also have dual-sided Domestic refrigerator. Keep my drinks on this side, food on this side. I can control them from my phone through Bluetooth. So while I'm traveling, I can monitor the temperature. I can make one be a freezer. I can make both be a freezer, and one can be a refrigerator. The other can be a refrigerator. The opportunities are endless, and I just keep them both to refrigerate because I don't have to freeze many things. We have our dishes, our utensils, a couple strainers. I do know the organization here. You don't. I do. My hot water pot for my coffee, kitchen utensils. And this one, behind drawer number 3, food storage, dish drying rack, and my pots and pans. I got the cool ones with the removable handle thing. That I love those things. And I got a good old cast iron one we're going to use out west when we get a fire going and make some steak. I haven't had steak in so long. I miss steak. Missed steak is a missed steak. You heard it here first. Paper towels, towel rack, my new spot for the JBL speaker. This is my favorite one. I've been hanging them up here on these little leather tabs. That's its new home. It's not leaving there unless I go outside. Faucet, sink. And I don't mean to get too technical on you guys, but the way that this works is out back, there is that 40-gallon water tank that I showed you. Hit this little button right here. That's the water pump. Turn this little lever right here, and the water goes down the sink and into the gray water tank, and I empty the gray water tank. That's my plumbing experience. I just have to share it. I do also have 2 Max air fans. This one is power. Got the remote for right here. Beep, it goes on. That one over there above the bed is a manual one because when the people that before me installed them, they were brilliant. They said, if we need to open that one, we're going to be on the bed. All we have to do is reach up 3 feet. And so when I'm on the bed and I need to open it, I just reach up 3 feet and turn it on. 2 light switches right here. Turn on the lights up top. My power outlets. My power gauge, which right now we're doing 75% because of that thing right there, the sun, solar, power, light. Speaking of power and things that are great to do with it, one of the ads I made to the van, it mounted the TV with a locking mount. It pulls out. I can aim it at the bed. I can aim it at the kitchen while I cook. Except I was off by a couple inches. It doesn't quite make it through the door. Awesome to be able to sit outside and watch this thing. At some point, I'm going to fix that, just like the screen, which probably means I will never actually do it. And then nice and easy. Sorry to be touching my screen on camera. It locks right back into place. This thing doesn't go anywhere while I'm traveling. So what do you play on your TV? It has a Fire Stick built into it. I keep the remote right here. A little RV tray right here. Probably the best ad I made to this van, that little thing, because at night, you got a bottle of water or an adult beverage. So easy to reach. There's one on the door over there, but if you're doing it like this right now, you can't quite reach that. I put that in. Couldn't be happier with it. 90% of the things I bought for this van are listed down below. If there's anything that here that you like, I do get paid a small commission from Amazon if you do purchase them. I greatly appreciate it, but I'll only advertise things that I use, actually utilize, and seem to have good quality. So nothing I put down below will be something that I think that won't help you if you're deciding to do this kind of lifestyle. One of the other things in the kitchen area is one of my favorite YouTubers. I watched his videos over and over and over and over and over again before I took off because it was the life I wanted to live. It was what was encouraging that dream of mine. Charles Liu. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. If you end up watching this video, sorry. I don't mean to insult you, but you did something that was brilliant that no one else did. You went out and got a little toy of your van. So I was motivated by you. Ford Transit. It's not a toy. It's an action figure. And then we have our bathroom. I won't spend too much time on this, but we do have a self-cleaning, self-drying door, stand-up shower with hot water from the back. I use this as little as I can because I don't like to introduce moisture to the van if I can help it. I do have it in a crunch. I also bought a separate shower head that can attach to the doors out back. That's cold water only, so if I'm in a bind, I have 2 showers available to me if I can't find a public form of one at a truck stop, at a Planet Fitness, in a park, national park, state park. If I can't find a shower, I got 2. Down there, that's the dirty box. Emergencies only. I try to keep that thing as empty as I can because, yuck. Laundry bag, my hiking bag, and this is my lucky bag that I've had for about 25 years. It was left at my house after a party in college. No one ever claimed it. I asked around, so that thing's been to 48 states, 100 flights. That thing has traveled more this country than most people you'll ever meet. And a broom, and that's the bathroom. Then we got the medicine cabinet. This is my medicine cabinet. Anything I need for my contact, for my dude wipes, for nail clippers, for teeth, for Q-tips, all in there. There's an organization to it. I'm not going to show you because I want to take all 3 of those trays out. That's my junk drawer. A couple towels, dirty paper, and the mirror I was talking about. When I go to try to buzz my head, you're going to want to watch that episode. Down below, I do have a pass-through door. I keep some of my quick grab appliances in this little bin right down here, as well as snacks with a little pull-out butcher's block table for eating, for my computer, whatever I want to do, and it locks right up. And then we got the bed. The queen size memory foam mattress underneath here, brand new sheets, 4 pillows. I need a couple more because I do like my pillows. That thing is freaking comfortable. And remember before when I didn't want to close those doors? Now you know why. I've sat here for hours today before I started this video. I can't get enough of this view. This is absolutely stunning. These are those moments you go, is van life as perfect as it looks? These are the moments where you go, yeah, it's as perfect as it looks. Got my little rechargeable fan because I need a fan while I sleep. There's a light built into it. Up top, we got my regular wear pants, my PJ pants, my gym shorts, my regular short. There's jeans under there someplace. Up top over there, that's kind of the bin I've been keeping emptier in case I accumulate any more stuff and need a place to put it. I got a thing over there of belts and a thing of hats and my underoos and my socks and a bin full of cords. This is the stuff I hope I never have to wear. All my warm weather clothes. That's my jackets, that's my sweatshirts, that's my flannels, and a couple of spare t-shirts if I don't get to do laundry for a while. There is two important things up there. My Bruins jersey, go Bees, and my Vince Wilfork jersey. Drake, May, baby. Pats are back. Pats are going to the Super Bowl. So I got the jersey. We're going to be wearing it this coming Sunday for the super big game. And then this one, I got my regular wear shirts, t-shirts, my favorite sweatshirt, my tank tops, my long sleeve shirts, all quick, easy access, my Xbox controller, which that means I have to show you my Xbox next. A few things that are handy there by the bed. I built this little slider that matches the siding. Behind there, I do have access to this slider window. Got a couple stickers there. Extra outlet here. That's my cell phone. If I'm ever in a spot where I don't want to use the bright LED lights, LCD lights that are in here, I did install an LED strip that changes colors. I can go red, all the colors I want, or I got seizure mode. Or I can just turn them off like I do 90% of the time, but just an extra light alternative. They're 20 bucks. Couldn't say no. 2 extra light switches down here. Control the same light switches as the ones up front. I can still turn them off without getting back up. And don't we all hate getting back up once you lay down in bed? Those brilliant light switches. I don't have to if I forgot. In the last part of the living area is the lounge, or as I like to call it, the lounge, to make it sound fancier in French, because everything that's French is fancy. So I give it an accent to make it sound fancy. So that's not the lounge, that's the lounge. It's a lounge. Underneath that, I have 2 storage bins. Down here's my camping and outdoor equipment, a rain suit in there, propane tanks. Underneath that, I got a jackery for if I ever don't have power. I got a hammock. I got a couple cool things for being outdoors. Games, Monopoly, Key West Edition, chess, cribbage, my favorite game, Liar's Dice. If you haven't played, learn it. That's a fun game. I don't know why I love it so much. I never win, which I guess is a compliment to me. Those are work shoes. That's going to have their own moment in the video in a couple weeks. And underneath here, I got my boots, I got my Crocs, my hiking shoes, spare pair of Hey Dudes, water shoes, flip-flops for the shower, gym shoes. I got a shoe for everything. One of those people. Extra camera equipment. I got my drone in here. You're going to be around when I go to try to fly that thing because I haven't flown that thing in years. I'm going to wait till I'm out west so I don't hurt somebody when I'm away from people. Camera equipment and my Xbox. I showed you the Xbox controller before. I can run an HDMI right out there. Goes through the hole here into the TV with the power on, and I am live on Xbox. Those are the storage bins. And that's the lounge. So this is where I live, and I freaking love it. It is so comfortable back here. When everything's closed up, it's nighttime, you're watching TV on that bed, and if you get an opportunity to have the view like that out the back door, this is just awesome. It's so comfortable. It's cozy, for lack of a better term. That's where I live. I'm going to show you the cab, and then this video is going to be done because I need to go out and enjoy the sun while it's out. Going into the cab, what's one of the reasons why I love this van so much? Watch. Cup holder, cup holder, cup holder, cup holder, cup holder. Cup holder, cup holder. It has 6 cup holders. While I'm driving, I got energy drinks, I got waters, because when I'm driving, I typically got a bottle of water. I've got an energy drink, I got a backup energy drink, sometimes a bottle of soda. I need cup holders, and this van has them. That's fantastic. Those make the windows go up and down. That locks the doors and unlocks the doors. If you don't know what those are, go to driver's ed. Sunscreen, my bug spray, is that way I can't get sunburnt, can't get bug bites. I can't get bug bites while I'm getting sunburnt. Just keeps me protected. And these are what I call my road rage suppressant tools. If I'm going down the road, driver cuts me off or makes me mad, penalty. They're not going to see it, but it makes me feel better, makes me laugh. I don't get angry. And the other one, which if I ever actually had the guts to do this, I don't think I ever will, but I'm going to pretend that I will. Challenge flag. Officer pulls me over. Sir, you've been speeding. Challenge. I'll probably get a citation, but we'll both get a laugh out of it. It's going to go bad. It's going to go really bad. Steering wheel. This thing makes the car turn. Mechanical experience I got. Can't beat it. The sunglass holder. Wow. But it's sunny out, so I need those. That's my National Parks water bottle. It's got a sticker for all the ones I've been to. Most of those were crossed off when I was not in a van. Those were in rentals out west in my own personal vehicle. But I did do one good run through Appalachia in this van. The couple that are down in Florida. The coolest part about doing this whole thing is most of the national parks that I went to, I bombed through so fast because I had 1 week off from work. I had to make a lot of ground, a lot in a short amount of time. I had to go revisit some of those parks, slow down, and then go and enjoy them because those national parks and those state parks and these national monuments, those are the treasures of the country. And I'm so excited to go back to most of them. We got our passenger seat. That's where the passengers sit. I'm in the driver's seat because I'm the driver. That's just how it works. Don't ask me why. That I don't make the rules. I installed Android Auto into the car. Android is better than Apple. Kidding. I don't care what you use. Everyone just started off with one, and that's one they stay with, and they say that one's better. So, yes, I got an Android. Deal with it. The old radio that was in this was an old school AM, FM, and not much else. setup. So I replaced it with that. When I'm out in areas I don't know, I can keep my eyes on the road, and not be fumbling around on my phone and cause all the things that happen when people that are on their phone. Get off your phones. Android Auto, air controls, shift lever, trash bin that I never use. I normally keep a plastic bag right here for the sake of the video and having a clean home to show you. Plastic bag is in here right now, but normally it's on this armrest. I'm worried about practicality, not aesthetics. It's 99.9999% of the time. It's me here alone. I have no one to impress except for myself, and I am more impressed by practicality. To end this tour, there's one last guest that's coming along with me. You met Chewy. You met one-armed Samuel L. Jackson. There's one other guest that's coming along for the ride. That guy right there is my buddy Hank. Hank was my pup. He was my boy. He was my pal. He was my travel companion. He was the best dog I could have ever asked to have. He was such a kind, sweethearted pain in the butt, but man, I loved that dog. And he passed away a couple of years ago. I had that picture made right after he passed. I've been hanging in my house ever since. I saw it right before I was leaving, staring at it, trying to determine if I should take it with me. When two of my friends came over to visit for dinner before I left, my friend's wife saw the photo and she goes, "Are you taking Hank with you?" And I was like, that's my tiebreaker. Yeah, I have to, because Hank would have loved this trip. When I drove places with him, he would sit on the edge of the seat so he could put his head on my lap. One of my first solo road trip I took up through northern Maine. I had a 2-door ragtop Jeep. The windows were out, and about 4 hours into the drive, I look in the side view mirror, and he's got his head hanging at the side, just going for the ride with me. He was my buddy. I loved that dog. So he's up over here over my right shoulder, and down below, which I was asked about this from a couple folks in my packing video, this red box, which is under the console, those are my pup's ashes. For me personally, I've been to the Keys a million times. This first month or so of this trip, of this adventure, whatever you want to call it, I was treating more like a vacation. I was going someplace I've been a million times. I know where I'm going. I know the spots. I know how to get around. I know how to navigate this thing. This is vacation. I worked for 25 straight years. And I was taking that the first month to just learn how to van life and enjoy not working for a little while. Soon we're going to head out west, and we're going to go to, that's the adventure, new territory for me. I've traveled around a lot of those places, but quick, fast. I don't know them that well, and I'm so excited to explore the areas I had to pass over the years. So Hank's ashes, I'm going to be doing this primarily off screen, but I'm going to be spreading them as I go around the country. That's why he's down below the console, because like I said, when he was driving with me, he'd be right in the middle of the seats, head on my lap. I'd be petting his head while I drove. So he stays with me underneath the console. And don't worry, anyone that has an opinion about it, because everyone always does have an opinion. I know to not do a lot. It's going to be in the right places. I know how to respect the area in which I'm in. When I see these beautiful, scenic, unique, one-of-a-kind places that this country has to offer, I gotta spread a little bit. He would have loved sitting right by my side here, head on my lap, going for the ride. And so now he still gets to go for the ride with me, and I'm going to share some of the more amazing places I'm going to get to see along the way of this trip, this journey, whatever you want to call it. I got one-armed Samuel L. Jackson, I got Chewy, and I got Hank in the front seat with me wherever I go. The only time that picture comes down is if I'm in some place I need to hide that I'm a camper, because I am a camper. That picture stays up there. And sometimes a picture of your pup in a window makes it obvious that's not a work van. Hank's with me over my shoulder, underneath the console with me in the middle, and we're going to find some good places to spread his ashes along the way. And one last bonus item that we have, these are stupid, silly, $8 Amazon purchase little frog things. I bought these to have fun with my niece and my nephews, hide them around the house. They don't know how they got there. They start looking for them all over the place. It's like an Easter egg hunt. And these are the leftovers I had, so they're coming with me. I'm going to just drop these in some fun places around the country, and places that if someone sees it, I know it's just going to make them smile a little bit. Everyone in the world needs an extra smile during their days. Frogs are for smiling. Hank is for me. Samuel L. Jackson is for the fish that I won't hurt. And Chewbacca is for my nephew. Those are my guests. That's my van. That's my living area. That's my garage. That's my life now. You saw it all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If you could, please hit that like and subscribe button down below. Share it with your friends. Tell me where I'm horrible at this. Tell me where I'm good at this. I'm sure there's more bad than good, but I'll take whatever you want to say. I appreciate you. I love you. One last thing before I go. If you're thinking about getting a van and traveling the country and seeing everything this country has to offer, this is my ad.